Oh, what is Yipskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 194 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the review, give you the recap, let you know what's going on storyline-wise, and at the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, going to my 3 favorite matches that I witnessed with my eyeballs. And when there is a pay-per-view, I will be doing a separate episode reviewing whatever pay-per-views we got going on. But we're in the clear right now, so let's get into the recap. We got Monday Night Raw. We're continuing on with the European tour, and we got a stop in Glasgow, Scotland. My goodness. I thought there was an L in there. My bad. I would love to go to Scotland. All right. We got John Cena. He is kicking off the show, just berating the Scotland crowd. John is sickened by the fans memeing that poor kid that John singled out last week. Absolutely hilarious. I didn't see any of the memes, but that, regardless, just him pointing out that kid, and now he's like, oh, I put the fear into all the kids now, because I can single out any one of you and just turn you into a walking meme and just wreck your life and stuff. Absolutely sensational stuff by Jonathan. Cena remembers the fans hating on him for introducing the spinner belt to the WWE. Now, I can't remember 100% my feelings on the spinner belt when it first... I know I didn't love the United States version of it. It's just, I thought the OG look of that United States belt at the time, I loved the look of it. So I didn't like that version of the spinner, but the original, when he came out with that spinner belt, it was perfect for John Cena. It was a terrible idea to make that the staple of the championship for so long. It looked like that. It didn't work for so many people. So many people looked bad with that belt. It just didn't look right on Randy or Triple H or... Edge was okay. He had his own spinner thing for a week, but whatever. Yeah, I think it's definitely more on the hate side, the spinner belt. I think overall, yeah, it was perfect for John Cena. I think if they had customized belt for him a couple times it came out or whatever, I think it would have had a better overall feeling, but the fact that it stuck around for so long, I think that's why we don't like it. All right. So John says he is going to ruin wrestling. Now, that is a sentence right there. He's going to ruin wrestling. He's going to ruin everything for us. He's going to win all the matches that we don't want and just wreck everything. All right. I like that mission. That's very, I don't want him to ruin it, but he's going to ruin it in a very fun way. Cena will end Ric Flair's record and steal the championships away from WWE. He's going to take his ball and go home. And there's nothing we can do about it. All right, now, here comes Cody Rhodes. Cody, not happy with the way Cena is talking to the lovely Scottish Fanes. Cody pops open the shirt. He's ready for John to try and take the belt right here, right now. Crowd super excited, but not today. Cena will back away. He leaves the ring. Cody holds up the belt. The champ is here, he says. Great promo right there from John. I'm going to ruin wrestling. That is such an awesome line. You could put that on t-shirts. That's going to go, I think that's going to go down as one of the cooler lines that John delivered right there. That really stuck out in that whole promo for me. I imagine it did for a lot of people, but that was awesome. Thumbs up for that. Cody coming out. Hell yeah. I like that as well. We move on. This is really good stuff so far. I'm loving Cena as heel. But how do you feel about the Cena heel turn so far? Is it living up to your expectations? It is a little bit early in, but man, I'm loving it so far. So thumbs up for all that. We got Jimmy and Jey Uso versus A-Town Down Under. Jay and Jimmy doing their entrances together. Feels like it's been a long time since they've done that. Theory, nice left hook, sends Jimmy's gum flying out of his mouth. Uso, nice pop-up spear. They nail the 1D for the W. Nice to see the Usos working together again. Like I said, they haven't really missed a beat inside the ring with each other. They still got that tag team chemistry and an overall solid match. Gunther with yet another sneak attack, this time Jay hitting super kicks, but he slips trying to spear Gunther. Gunther hammering Jay with shots. Jimmy chases off Gunther with a chair, and my wife was convinced that was for real. Oh my god, she's like, rewind it, check this out. I'm like, I was like, nah, I think it's part of the storyline, and as the show goes on, like, oh yeah, definitely part of the storyline, but hey, those little things that they're putting, like Jay slipping up and stuff like that, little seeds that they're planting upcoming to the match here, I like that, and they're playing with it. We'll get to it later, but I am certain that was not for real. That's part of the storyline, so we'll move on. Chad Gable. He tells LWO and Adam Pearce it was Grande Americano who attacked last week, and it was not, in fact, Chad. Chad was sick. He even has a doctor's note to prove it, so suck on that, Adam Pearce. Gable suggests that they let LWO fight Grande Americano, as my cat is breaking stuff back. Hey, recording the show over here. Shut the front door, would you? All right, let's get back to business. So we got an Intercontinental Championship matchup. It is Lyra Valkyria defending against Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan. Raquel booting Lyra out of midair. That was some good shit right there. She got her pretty good. Thumbs up. Lyra, nice DDT counter. Liv puts Raquel's foot on the ropes. Boo. Lyra kicks Liv. Raquel Tijuana bomb is countered by Lyra into a roll-up to retain. Pretty good match right there. Raquel with some heat behind her strikes. I really like that, anti-air big boot. Lyra, good selling throughout. Liv jumps Lyra after the bell. Bayley arrives for the save, returning the belt to Lyra. Ugh. Could Liv and or Bayley be Lyra's next opponent for Intercontinental Championship? You know, not to be rude, but she's been kind of doing like the mid-card. It's been a lot of who was Michin, and now Raquel gets a shot. So are we going to move up to upgrade her opponent here to a Liv Morgan, possibly Bayley? I think Bayley would be a good opponent. It is two baby faces, but I think they can make it work out. We got Pat McAfee. He shows off his wicked awesome kilt that he rented and will be returning after he's done with Scotland. But hey, it's a nice kilt. We got the New Day. They are roasting the crowd, calling the women lame, the men stupid, and worst of all, the children are just so ugly. They're hideous. That's what they said. The New Day. Entertaining work, though, from the New Day. I like these little interview things that they're doing during commercial breaks. Some are really good. Like, I like when the heels come out and they just roast the crowd. It's easy heat, and generally, like, even if they're bad at it, it's still like just trash the sports team or whatever. Or lately, they've just been really going at the crowd, like singling out people. That's some good stuff, but watch out. It's the natural disasters, typhoon and earthquake. They're getting added to the 2025 Hall of Fame inductee class. I do believe both are passed away, but regardless, hell yeah, man. Earthquake. When I did watch some of the 80s wrestling, I saw a lot of Earthquake, man. He was the new fucking big bad heel coming in to fight Hulk Hogan. And crazy thing is, that dude, like, he was really young when he came in. I think he was 26, but he didn't have any hair on the top of his head. So he looked like he was 46 for like 30 years. But he was a good worker, man. He's underrated. And yeah, I'm down with him getting into the Hall of Fame. Now, as for the other guy, I don't remember him a lot. Typhoon. I think he was also Tugboat. They had some weird gimmicks back in the day, but cool, man, cool. We got Jimmy Uso grilling Jay that these slip-ups are going to cost him at WrestleMania. Jay is not confident he can beat Gunther. Jimmy goes hype man mode on Jay. He's like, we're going to beat this fucking guy at Mania. It's going to be all good. And then Jimmy turns the corner, finds Gunther just, I guess, listening in, like he was right around the corner. I heard everything. Anyway, Jimmy challenges the champion to a match. Gunther giggles, and then he eats a vicious slap from Jimmy that wipes that grin right off of Gunther's face. Holy shit, dude. I had to rewatch that slap like 10 times. The next day, I saw it all over the internet, and I'm rewatching it again and again. Incredible slap. Like, damn near almost knocked Gunther. Like, he fucking wobbled there for a second, and then that look on Gunther's face. Like, he was not expecting a slap that hard. Like, he looked pissed. So that was incredible. Double thumbs up. One of the best slaps I've ever seen. That was a power slap. Adam Pearce says Ripley's signature is not official. Io arrives before Pearce can make any changes to the match. Io says she is fine with fighting Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania, so make the match. Bianca comes out. She says she's not good with it. She won the chamber and earned her spot fair and square and does not want Rhea Ripley squeezing her way into the match. Pierce is cut off for a third time at this point. I'm just dying at that. That was so funny. Perfectly timed. Pierce is going to have a meltdown, so thumbs up. Well done. Ripley enters the chat now. Io, yet again, shoved aside so Ripley can yell at Bianca. Pierce announces Io versus Rhea Ripley next week. Winner faces Bianca at WrestleMania, and Bianca is special guest referee. Why the fuck not? Okay then. Well, a brawl breaks out. Bianca with the last laugh KODs Io out of the ring onto Mommy. Belair holding up Io's title. Looking really strong, looking real good. But very confusing booking situation we got ourselves into here. This all started with giving Io the championship. I mean, I'm happy she got it, but also I'm like, the way that they've been, booking her week after week, just getting shoved aside looking like a fool. Like, oh man, I kind of wish she didn't get this championship. Now she's going to have a match with Rhea Ripley. If she loses that match, then we just go back to the original plan. It's Ripley versus Bianca at WrestleMania. There's probably going to be shenanigans, hence Bianca being the special guest. That's probably going to end up fucking something up, and they're going to have that triple threat at Mania, inevitably. I'm still set on a triple threat happening. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not really digging this little road here between these three women to WrestleMania. I think they should have just left Io out of it, let her win a championship another day. I'm happy she's getting a spotlight, of course, but I don't think it's been doing her very good here, so she better get some wins. All right, let's move on. Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee. Grande suplexes Dragon off of the apron, hard landing right there. How you done? Dragon top rope stomp, nasty landing to the floor. Just a lot of nasty landings. Grande hums Lee into the corner. That looked awesome. Just perfectly executed, man. Like, that takes a professional to do, man. Like, and a lot of trust to have someone throw you like that into the corner. And yeah, dude, that was very well done. Grande rips off Dragon's mask, locks in the ankle lock, and Lee forced to tap out. Very impressive debut, I guess, here for Grande, who definitely is not Chad Gable. Some really hard bumps there for Dragon. Really good chemistry in the ring between these two luchadors. But regardless, yeah, good match. 7.5. We got CM Punk. He cuts a bad mood promo for Glasgow. Punk worried about himself and upset he is not getting what he wants. He wants WrestleMania main event, damn it. Punk calling Rollins a piss baby. Claims Heyman isn't just Roman's partner. Punk wants to make it official versus Rollins and Reigns for WrestleMania. So, hey, I've been talking with a homie at work that maybe they're pushing for a tag team. Like, he's thinking maybe Seth Rollins is also working with Cena or will work with Cena and The Rock to get what he wants. He wants to fight Punk and stop Punk from getting what he wants. So to do that, he might need to work with the devil. But that is a seriously cool concept, man. Maybe Seth doing it again, selling his soul and screwing over CM Punk this time. He's done it before, so could you see Seth Rollins working with The Rock and stuff? I don't know, man. It depends how much you don't like CM Punk. So pretty cool. I like that idea. We move on. It's Chad Gable, still sick. He comes out coughing and sneezing, all that stuff, and he says how awesome Grande Americano is, and Chad says he's going back to the USA. Thank you. Main event time. Intercontinental Championship. It's Braun Breaker defending against Penta. Breaker lightning fast clothesline. Penta getting introduced to that. He's like, holy crap, this guy is massive. I don't like that. Penta sent flying over the announce table. Dom and Carlito arrive to annoy Braun and Penta. Breaker with the gut buster goes for a spear but is stopped with a super kick. Penta big dive, hard flat back bump on the ground for you. How ya da? Penta lovely destroyer gets a near fall. Judgment Day causing a ruckus. Breaker spears Carlito. Dom chop blocks Breaker, disqualifying the match. Boo, how dare you? How could you? But a good first meeting here between Penta and Braun for the championship. I think Penta's he should definitely get another shot. He got screwed over right there, and maybe that does get pushed to WrestleMania. I seem to be just pushing jumping the gun. I think that everyone we're really close to WrestleMania, so like, you're gonna want to start booking stuff, but it's definitely set up that they're gonna have another rematch, another go at it here, hopefully at WrestleMania, because this definitely, there's some chemistry there. I like it. Judgment Day continuing the attack on Breaker. Finn using a chair, offers it to Dom, who offers it to Penta. Penta declines. He kicks the chair into Dom's face. This upsets Finlay, who drops Penta with a coup de grace. And that is the end of the show. A pretty good show in Scotland. Cena's opening monologue thing was great. Really enjoyed Chad Gable's work throughout the show, or Americana Grande, or whatever his name is. Intercontinental title matches were both good, except, unfortunate ending for the Breaker Penta, but should set up a rematch. I'm hoping for WrestleMania. That should be good. I am stunned that there was no Drew McIntyre in Scotland. Where the fuck was Drew McIntyre, man? I don't know if they're still there for SmackDown, but dude, what the heck? I was very unhappy with that one. Women's Championship situation, kind of a mess right now, I'm not gonna lie. Don't really know what they're doing right now, like setting up this triple threat, but man, they're just not making EO look any good. The only thing I can hope for is that they're setting this up for the big win for EO, but I don't know if they're going to do that, man. So regardless, pretty good show. It was a good crowd in Scotland, but they didn't have the most energy out of the other European crowds. Still good. 7 out of 10. Let's go to NXT. They're not in Europe or anything crazy like that. They're at home. And we start with the Women's NXT Championship match. Stephanie Vacour with pulling double duty tonight. This is her first of 2 title matches, title defenses she'll be doing. She is starting her first defense against Jada Pickett. Pickett sitting out on Vacour's back and then hits a backstabber, definitely targeting the back. Steph hits a 619, smashes Parker's head into the mat a whole bunch of times. Parker butt slam in the corner. Then she gets distracted by Jordan Grace's presence. Vacour rolling up Parker and retains. A solid opening match. Smart booking, keeping the match not too long. It wasn't very, very short, but short enough. Vacour, she's got 2 matches. Vacour's back, a easy target for Fallon Henley's match later, so kind of good storyline right there, setting it up for the main event later on tonight. I thought it was a pretty good effort from Jada Parker. I think that's her first NXT Women's Championship shot right there, so I'm hoping we'll see her back at that. Do we see Jada Pickett as a NXT Women's Champion? I would say so, but what is neat about, I'm very happy that Fallon Henley got the main event here. Now, no disrespect to Jada Parker, Fallon Henley is the better in-ring wrestler. Jada Parker's different style, more fighting, more brawling, but in-ring, man, I could see why they chose Fallon Henley for the main event match, so we'll get to that later on, but overall, a good match. Also, I think Grace and Jada Parker could have a pretty good rivalry, man. I hope will it get to NXT Underground match? I could see it getting there, and that could be pretty fun. So we got Fatal Influence. They jump Steph after the bell, dealing more damage to the champ, who has yet another championship match later on tonight. So well, she's got time to recover, but still, that sucks. We got Ricky Saints. A sit-down interview with Vic is cut short by Shawn Spears. Shawn asks Ricky if he wants to make friends or you want to make some money. Ricky wants Shawn's North American Championship, so I guess money. Shawn warns Ricky it'll end bad for Ricky, and he can't go back to the other place, meaning AEW. He's like, oh, you burned all those bridges, so that's fine. I don't think he wants to go back. He's doing just fine here. And speaking of guys that left AEW and came here and doing just fine, Ethan Page and Mr. Chase have a disagreement about how issues are handled in NXT. So they're going to fight about it. But first, it's Hank and Tank versus Tyson and Tyreek with Wesley. Hank and Tank get a pep talk from the Motor City Machine Guns before the match. Really cool. I kind of hope those two maybe get into a little series of matches. Hank and Tank earning experience from one of the most experienced tag teams in the world right now. So that would be cool. All right, into the match. Hank dives, connects, crash lands hard onto the table, but he's just he sells it really well, so makes me giggle. Thumbs up. Wes causing a distraction. Hank knocked off of the top rope. Tyson and Tyreek, big double team slam thingy, picks up the victory. Loving the energy out of Hank and Tank. Hank especially on fire out there. He was fantastic. Tyreek and Tyson improving. They've been getting some extra time in TNA wrestling, I've noticed, and it looks like it's helping. So, yeah, solid, quick tag team match. We got Nathan Frazier clearly rattled that Axiom didn't invite him to Spain to see Axiom wrestle Gunther in front of Axiom's family and friends and his home country or whatever and all that great stuff. Fraxium refused to get along for more than 2 weeks, I swear. 1 week they're fine, the next week they're at each other's throats, but as long as the wins keep rolling in and they keep retaining those championships, they're going to be fine, but inevitably these two are going to break up and beat the shit out of each other, but man, Fraxium's a great team. Don't break them up. We got a Heritage Cup Championship match. Lexis King defends against Javon Evans. Javon hits a dive, also landing on the table, scarring poor Vic. He's just, what a night for Vic, poor guy. Lexis with a mean Falcon Arrow driver, friggin' crazy. Javon with a gorgeous 5-star frog splash, and it earns the 5-star frog splash level like RVD. My man, that thing was awesome, but King kicks out of it. Evans' beautiful dive over the ropes. I'm giving that a thumbs up with the frog splash as well. Why not? Oba arrives. He wrecks Javon with a vicious powerbomb into the apron. Referee didn't see a thing. He counts out Javon, and Lexis King retains by default. Oh, yeah. Good matchup right there. Javon selling his ass off, and awesome high flying throughout. King, good mix with Evans. 7 out of 10. Oba stalking Evans. The lights go out. It's the Dark State. Oh no. Javon fighting with Oba. Trick Willie joins the party. He's throwing hands. And Chaos is broken up. And the Dark State are just sitting in the crowd, giggling. They're like, man, we don't even have to go in there and fight anymore. We just have to appear and turn the lights on and off a bunch. And people go crazy. It's awesome. All right, we got Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley versus Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, the Metaphor. Tatum, unusual submission, pulling Jakara's face, quite cool. Gigi and Tatum hit the very cool cemetery drive to defeat the Meta Girls. Oh, snap. A decent match, I will say, not the cleanest performance from Gigi or Tatum, but that badass finisher right there. I'll give him a pass. Solid stuff. It's the Don. He sends out the family to scout the Dark State. Don pulls Stax aside for a one-on-one chat. Don making sure Stax is trustworthy. Stax claims he is trustworthy, but Don kind of seems he's losing a little faith here in his underboss, so we'll keep our eyes on that. Ethan Page versus Andre Chase with Kale and Uriah, the most born after 2000's name I've ever heard. Chase with a neck breaker onto the apron hits a nice tornado DDT. Ethan top rope power slam and a kata, defeating Mr. Chase. Ethan, rock solid performance. Good effort for Mr. Chase, getting his mojo back just a little bit. He's getting there. Good match. 7 out of 10. And it's main event time. Women's North American Championship. Stephanie Vacour defending for the second time tonight. This time it's Fallon Henley with Fatal Influence. Henley avoids a 619, then hits a 619 of her own around the ring post. Suck on that. I was actually just watching the review of WrestleMania 22, the first WrestleMania I ever got to watch. Rey Mysterio, my man, my homie. Looking back on that in hindsight, it was not the greatest time for Rey Mysterio booking-wise, though, yes, he won the championship. Regardless, I saw Rey Mysterio doing a 619 off the ring post, but he missed it. He slipped, and he did not hit it as good as Fallon Henley, my girl. I'm telling you, man, she is fucking good. Referee is distracted by Nyx, who hits Steph with a very bad-looking Pele kick. Barely, just bad. Bad camera work, bad everything. Henley shoved into Nyx. Vacour able to hit the SVB to retain. A solid match. Steph, impressive double duty tonight. Fatal Influence immediately on the attack. Out comes Jordan Grace to clear the ring. Parker attacking Grace, but Jordan drops Paka. Vacour and Grace have a stare-off to end the show. Or is it? No. Backstage, Ava is dealing with all the women demanding a title shot backstage, and Ava's just ready for the night to be over. And it is a solid NXT. Vacour looking very strong with the double title defenses. I think overall the matches would have been better quality if Steph didn't have to wrestle twice. It's not that we're bad, it's just they definitely were shorter. It just would have been better if they were separated. But I understand they're trying to make Steph look really, really powerful, which they did. They did a good job, though neither of them were really, statement wins or anything. Both times shenanigans happened to assist Steph getting the win. So I don't know if it really worked out as good as they wanted. I think just have her defend 1 week, defend the next week, 2 banger main event matches. I think you would have done better. Regardless, wrestling, she had to wrestle twice in one night. That's great work from her. Hank and Tank improving. They could, I'm thinking if they could work with Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know if that could potentially lead to like a heel thing. I hope not. I think they could just have competitive matches with, while teaching and trying to bring Hank and Tank together as a better team and just have some good matches. That's what Motor City's here for. They won the titles. Now help them shepherd along the next up and coming teams. And I think Hank and Tank got the makings to be a seriously awesome, popular team. So let's get that done. Solid show. 6 out of 10. Okay, after a immense delay, let me just run you down what I've been through over the last couple of days. So we had the ice apocalypse hit us here in Canada, just a vicious ice storm, and like all the trees were like flash frozen, trees were falling down. It was fucking crazy. My power went out for almost 2 days. It was down, but the big issue was the power went down and then a big rainstorm hit. So my wife and I, we were just riding out the storm with the cats on the couch, just cozy, and it's nighttime now, so it's dark. We just got some candles on, no power, just listening to massive ice chunks just hitting hitting the roof, and it just sounded like chaos outside. My wife goes downstairs, it's pitch black, and I hear a big splash. I go, oh shit. So we've had I'd say about a good solid half foot of water all in the whole entire basement. Though every single area of this basement was covered in water. And I'm down here now after numerous hours of cleaning. Oh my goodness, y'all. So the big problem is the power was out, so rain was coming, and our sub pump was down. So the water just kept coming in, and so it just accumulated and accumulated. We couldn't do nothing until the morning, so I had just the worst time, just all this anxiety. I'm like, oh my god, like all my video games are down here now. I do a very good job at keeping everything very high off of the ground, because this area we're at is prone to flooding at times, so I keep everything was okay. The only thing that was bad is that the carpets got wet and we had to clean them. It took forever. Everything was okay, but hella annoying to clean up a lot of water, and I started just bailing water out by hand with buckets, and because the power was still not on. Thankfully, the power eventually turned on, the pump started kicking in and really helped me out, but it still took about 7 hours to get some sort of semblance of no more puddles down in the basement. It was still very wet, got the fans going, windows open. Fucking crazy, bro. The power vac came in, and we're just, bro, it was just work. Power's been on and off for like 4 or 5 days now. Like, back to me recording the GamerCast, the power went out like twice while I was trying to record that bad boy, and I was like, oh boy. Yeah, so that was a rough time. Thankfully, like I said, everything's okay. Nothing horribly was ruined or anything like that, so woof, just a big cleanup. So the cleanup is mostly done. Let's move on to this freaking wrestling recap. So that's why I've been dormant for a few days here, and that's why everything's going to be late. But let's get into SmackDown. They are in London at the O2 Arena. We got Cody Rhodes gets a big welcome from the crowd. London cannot decide what they want to talk about, so they just cheer for Cody. Cody's just standing there like, yeah, all right. Rhodes is determined to defeat Cena at WrestleMania, of course. And then Randy Orton joins the chat for some reason. The crowd loves it. Randy is proud of who Cody has become. Cody made the hard decision to leave WWE so he could grow, and grow he did. Orton remembers Cody fighting Seth in Hell in a Cell with his torn pec. Ugh. That was just awful. Orton can't wait to kick Kevin Owens' head in, or off, I should say, and for Cody to whoop Cena's ass at WrestleMania. After all that, Orton will be hunting for world title number 15, so if everything goes the way Orton's thinking, he's going to be going after Cody Rhodes for that championship after WrestleMania. And then Drew McIntyre arrives. He calls Randy and Cody Nepo babies. That term always makes me laugh. It's just funny. Drew claims it should be Rhodes versus McIntyre at Mania, but that Temu Undertaker Damian Priest ruined everything. Drew tells Orton he's gonna break his back. Cody punches Drew. Orton RKO attempt is blocked, and Drew retreats. Orton will face McIntyre later on in the show. Rowdy opening segment right here, though. Orton planting a seed for a future feud with Cody Rhodes down the line. I'm all in for that. And good trash talking there from Drew McIntyre, as always. My wife mentioned that Drew lost his mother, I believe she said. That is insane. And he lost her, on the day of the show or the day before, which is wild. That might explain his absence. He might have been, with his mother, but that is incredibly awful news. So very, very sorry for Drew McIntyre, but the dude's an animal. He comes to work and you wouldn't even know that anything is going wrong in his life. Wild. All right, we move on to the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Street Profits, Dawkins and Ford defending against London's own Pretty Deadly, Wilson and Prince. Pretty Deadly, nice catapult, codebreaker move. Kip tries the frog splash so Prince can make a sneaky pin. Or he takes the frog splash, my apologies. We get a near fall there. Spilt milk connects, but Ford is there to make the save. Oh my goodness. Wilson skins the cat right into the Profits' doomsday device to retain. Poor London. They wanted Yes Boys as tag team champions that night, man. They were pretty rowdy for him. That's nice to see. Getting a good reception there for Pretty Deadly, and a really strong effort in the ring for them. Rather enjoyable match, 7 out of 10. We go to another tag team match. It's Chance and Carter. Oh my goodness, haven't seen them in forever. Versus Piper and Fire with Green, the Secret Hervis. Piper sent on dive, wrecks Chance and Carter. Chance and Carter hit the keg stand and a nice assisted dive. Chelsea, causing a distraction, allows Piper to hit the driver to win. About freaking time Chance and Carter got some TV time, man. They look good. I don't know where the heck they've been, but yeah, good performance. Solid match overall. Green and a Secret Hervis attacking after the bell. Selena Vega to the rescue, and then poor innocent Selena gets outnumbered and taken out by Green and the Hervis. Again, back to when they were doing the tournaments, I thought Selena Vega was a slam dunk for the Intercontinental Champion, but here we are. Now she might be getting into it with the United States Champion, Chelsea Green. Selena as the United States Champion, she's from freaking where was she from? Puerto Rico. So, whatever. It doesn't matter who holds it, but it would have been better if she could fight and or win the Intercontinental Championship. And now it's the U.S. Championship. It's LA Knight, defending against Braun Strowman. Knight with a nice dive, gets excited, then takes a big boot right to the head. How you doing? The Strowman Express is canceled by Jacob Fatu, and the match is over. Damn. Fatu Samoan drops Knight onto the announce table. Fatu is roughing up Braun Strowman. Knight comes back only to take another Samoan drop. Braun wrecked with the hip attacks and moonsaults. Crowd cheering for Fatu. Oh, baby. The match was nothing special. It's kind of what I thought. I don't think Braun Breaker and LA Knight are really a match together in the ring. I didn't really see nothing all that great there. Fatu is confronted by Solo and Tama. Fatu shuts them down, says he can do whatever he wants. Hell yeah, Fatu, absolutely crushing it right now. Crowd is getting behind this guy. If he just wants to turn on Solo, and boom, you got another Braun Breaker badass kind of what do you call him? Lone Wolf style babyface. That could work out. I don't know if they need to do it right now, but it's right there for the taking. They can make this guy champion, and boom, you got a over guy. But thumbs up, great work from Fatu. We got Jimmy Uso talks about that slap heard around the world to Gunther last week. Oh my goodness, I've seen so many replays. It is still so friggin' funny. Miz and Mello arrive. They're annoying Jimmy. Jimmy throws a fake slap and Miz flinches so freaking bad. That's two for flinching, dog. Jimmy and Miz will fight about it later on. Now we got a video of Naomi talking about always making the right decisions, all right? She warns Jade to proceed with caution, and Naomi wearing like this cautionary tape outfit. I don't know, it's actually kind of cool. Naomi attacks Michin and B-Fab during their entrance. Jade Cargill chases off Naomi, and then we have that match. It's Charlotte Flair beating on Michin. Flair boots Michin, taking advantage of the previously, just recently beaten down Michin. Michin rallies with a tornado DDT and a nice big ol' powerbomb. London chanting, "Fuck you, Charlotte." Damn right. Figure 4 or the figure 8 locked in. Michin forced to tap out. Flair wins. Boo, no one cares. Really good effort at least there from Michin rallying back. I thought she was just going to get squashed, but that was nice. Flair gaining more and more heat. I mean, like I said, she has started to embrace it, so that's good. Just be the biggest heel. Like, why not do that? Solid match. We get Tiffany Stratton cutting a promo on Charlotte backstage. Tiffy says a loss to Flair is nothing to her, but if Flair loses to Tiffy, Charlotte will be the laughingstock. A solid rebound promo after a pretty lackluster segment last week. Tiffy was talking about it in this segment here, like, I was getting cut off and all that stuff, but that's part of the game, honey. Like, you gotta outperform Charlotte and shut her up and cut her off and stuff. But yeah, it was all right. We got Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Drew is slammed on the announce table. Crowd demands that Randy do it again, and Randy does that again. Orton vintage power slam. Out comes Kevin Owens. Randy is distracted. He gets nailed with a claymore, and Drew picks up the win. An okay match. Owens attempts to pile drive Orton onto the announce table. Orton fights it off and then attempts to punt, but Kevin is able to escape. We move on. It's Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. Jimmy anti-air super kick and a splash, pins and wins. A fine match, I guess. Jimmy calls out Gunther, drops a yeet on the crowd. Jimmy continues building up momentum, and I keep wondering if this is going to be the big year for Jimmy to kind of break out. With that slap, man, I mean, that was a momentum builder. That was a hell of a slap, so he's hot right now. We'll see if he can keep it going. We got Drew. He is ready to leave and hit the pubs. Calls Priest a check-in for not showing up tonight. Drew opens the door, and boom, Damian Priest is standing right there. Oh, yeah. Brawling begins. Random guy gets slammed through a table. Don't know what that's about. Priest chokeslams Drew into a car windshield. Holy crap. You can clearly see, like, Drew got something in his eye there. I saw the tweet, like, yeah, that was real glass in my eye. All that stuff. But, hey, you could have had glass in your ass. So there that is. That was awesome, though. Thumbs up. We get the contract signing between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. Roman, grand entrance, enjoying the crowd, singing his name and stuff. Seth's grand entrance interrupts Roman's grand entrance. Seth remembers the good times with the Shield. Okay. Accomplishing their mission to revolutionize WWE. Roman takes all the credit for taking WWE to new heights. Seth says he always has to... he always has to clean up Roman's messes. And it's CM's Punk turn to arrive. Excuse me, Punk gets right to business, reads through the contract, he's looking, and then Roman impatiently tells Heyman to speed things up. Heyman tells Punk, don't worry, their match will in fact be the main event at WrestleMania. What the fuck? Seth Rollins flips out, and I'm friggin' with him. Punk is crying. He's thanking everybody. Oh, thank you everyone for cheering my name. Roman demands Punk thank the tribal chief properly. Punk on his knees, thanking Roman for giving him a WrestleMania main event. And straight up, y'all, that's kind of messed up. Punk shouldn't get the main event just because he whines the most about it. And yeah, that's kind of the reason that he came back. It's like, you're gonna get a WrestleMania main event at some point, but it's just not in the cards right now. So someone's getting screwed over. I guess it's honestly, I'm fine with Charlotte Flair not getting a main event. It sucks for Tiffy, but I don't like Charlotte Flair. So I will take this, I guess, but I don't know, man. Like, you're kind of, like Seth said, you're ruining the sacredness of the WrestleMania main event. That goes to the Rumble winner, dog. And we got 2 Rumble winners now, and that's Charlotte Flair and Jey Uso. So which one of them are you going to take the main event from? Because one of them's going to be pissed. And it's more than likely going to be Tiffy and Charlotte, because you're not going to take it away from Jey Uso right now. So weird stuff right there, but should make for really good storyline heat for Seth and Punk. And there's a lot of speculation of what could happen with this. Apparently the favor is still there, I guess, but people are clamoring that Punk could join forces with The Rock, screw over whoever wins, probably Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, steal the championship, and then boom, he aligns himself with The Rock, because Punk wants what he wants, and then Cena will be pissed, and then maybe Cena realizes he made a mistake and he can go back to being good, or at least, like, I want Cena to do the heel thing, but I don't want him to end as a heel and people hating him and stuff. I want a good, nice ending, but this heel thing, like, yeah, it's so good right now. But that is the end of the show, and I must say, an underwhelming show in London. Wrestling throughout, pretty bland, man. Like, the tag match was pretty good. Other than that, nothing special. Like, you got Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre in a match, but it was just a dud. They didn't have it. The opening segment was a lot of fun. Crowd brought life to a rather dull card. Drew's presence greatly appreciated. I love that man. Fatu gaining tons of momentum, man. Like, this guy, he's got a rocket strapped to him. They could just launch him off if they want to, or they can kind of keep slowly moving him along. We'll see what happens. And the final segment, definitely going to cause some controversy. 5.5 out of 10 for SmackDown. And now we'll head to the land of AEW. We got Dynamite in St. Paul's, Minnesota. And it's Blake Christian kicking it off against Kenny Omega. Blake flips off Kenny and then attacks the midsection of Mr. Omega. Kenny, with a stiff V-trigger, nails the one-winged angel, and Kenny grabs the win. A decent spotlight here for Blake Christian. I don't really know who this guy is, but he didn't get squashed, so that's good. Solid match. Kenny Omega invites Mike Bailey out for a chat. Bailey admires and respects Kenny, because, of course, but he will kick Kenny's head off to get the International Championship. Ricochet cameo appears on screen, trashing Bailey and Kenny. Omega reassures Rico and Bailey it's Kenny who will retain at Dynasty. So, hey, if that's the triple threat we're going for, that could be some really good shit right there. Should be good. It's gonna get really annoying, I imagine, rather quickly, how everyone is going to work the midsection of Kenny Omega, but we'll see if they can get creative with it. Chris Jericho, losing it on Big Bill and Brian Keith, demands they go prove they are still worthy of the Learning Tree. Jericho challenges Bandito to a mask versus title match at Dynasty. Oh yeah, alright, that's pretty cool. Their rivalry, I haven't gotten to see all of it, but seems like it's pretty intense, man, and I haven't seen a mask match in fucking forever, so hell yeah, I'm down for that. MJF is in the ring making fun of the Minnesotians. Max is very interested in the Hurt Syndicate business card, calls MVP out to come discuss it. Max is ready to do business and shake hands with MVP. Oh, fuck yeah, but Lashley and Shelton arrive to the ring, and Bobby ain't feeling it, dog. Bobby demands the card back from Max, and he tears that shit up. Bobby, very, very intense, staring at Max. MVP calms things down a little. Max leaves to live another day. He's like, all right, I'll just leave for now. Big Bill and Brian Keith arrive having beef with the Syndicate. MVP absolutely burying Bill and Keith, shutting down their challenge. Bill demands a rematch for the tag titles he never got. Montel says, win a match and we will talk. My goodness, right here, MVP, my dog, showing why he is he is an assassin on the microphone, man. Merciless right there. Thumbs up for Mr. P. We got Thunder Rosa reminds Toni Storm she's still coming after the Women's AEW Championship after they tag together tonight. So, all right. We get Brody King versus Keal Fletcher up next. Fletcher gets into a chop war with Brody, and he loses. Of course he does. Everybody loses that. Brody beating the shit out of Kyle ringside. Kyle stiff super kicks. Brody answers with a Death Valley driver onto the apron. Fletcher went with a ridiculous tombstone. Brody kicks out of that. Fletcher. Damn, dog, you strong, dog. That was crazy. Thumbs up for that. Mark Davis saves Kyle from the Brody cannonball. Fletcher turnbuckle brainbuster. Oh my God. Pins Brody for a huge win right there. Wow. That was a very hard-hitting bout. I mean, as expected with Kyle and Brody. Holy crap. Super impressive power and resilience from Kyle right there. Picking up Brody like... I haven't seen many people pick up Brody like that. And Brody, my God, I love watching this guy wrestle. Just beating the crap out of everybody. 7.5 out of 10. Kyle and Davis attack Brody after the bell. It's Powerhouse Hobbs arriving for the save. And then Powerhouse Hobbs has a match versus Mark Davis. Davis hard running forearm in the corner, whatever. Hobbs spine buster pins and wins. Solid, quick, big meat match right there. We move on. Rated FTR are interviewed. Dax apologizes for leaving all pissed off last week. Dax frustrated they lost focus on the tag titles. Cope and Dax are bickering. This makes Cash upset. Cash wants to go after the trios titles with Cope. Definitely some tension building here but inside of Rated FTR. So Dax is all like, oh, ever since Cope came in, we've lost focus on the tag titles. And Cope is like, what the fuck, man? Like, I didn't tell you guys to lose focus on that. And now they're all like, so interesting, I guess. Like, I don't know why everyone's like infighting all the time. Like, everyone's in a group. Everyone seems to be infighting. It's just, what the fuck? All right, we move on. Swerve calls out Mox and Mox alone. Not those idiot loser Death Rider freaks. All right. Moxley appears alone. He enters the ring. Swerve calls Moxley a shell of his former self, hiding behind Shafir and friends. Doesn't believe that Moxley deserves to be champion. Claudio appears behind a oblivious Prince Nana. Just pretty funny looking imagery. Moxley, angry the billionaires, actors, and internet stars are running wrestling now. Guess he's taking shots at Logan Paul and shit. And The Rock, and John Cena, and so on. Moxley believes Swerve could save wrestling. Shafir arrives with a weapon, but Willow is already there to block her off. Finally someone is ready for this shit. Swerve outsmarting Moxley and out-intimidates the Death Riders, sending them retreating. Great promo right there from Swerve. Finally, someone prepared for the Death Riders shenanigans, and I actually feel kind of good about Swerve. Can he do this? I will take anybody. Please end this Death Riders thing. We got Max Caster being annoying backstage. He gets choked out by Samoa Joe, who finds it very, very funny. We got the hometown Top Flight to get an easy tag team win against some local talent. And then it's Mark Briscoe versus Konosuke Takeshita. Taz having a riveting discussion on commentary about Don Callis' resting douche face. A lot of giggles there. Briscoe senton dive and the Cactus Jack elbow. Briscoe dumped on his head with a German suplex. He pops right back up, turns Takeshita inside out with a lariat. That was awesome. Thumbs up. Both men exchanging suplexes. Briscoe is rocked with a knee. The J-Driller connects. Takeshita has his foot on the ropes. Takeshita rolling forearm and the Raging Fire pins and wins. That's a banger right there. Briscoe, fantastic performance. Crowd super fired up. Big bumps, great selling. Hell yeah. MVP trying to sell MJF to Bobby and Shelton. Bobby thinks Max is greasy. I mean, you're not wrong. The Syndicate will circle back on this later. I think it's a match made in heaven. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. We'll have the Hurt Syndicate with MJF take on the Death Riders, and we'll eliminate that problem from AEW. Main event time. It's Ford and Bane versus Thunder and Timeless Tony. Commentary calling Bane the Megasis, which just makes me giggle. So, like, what? The Mega Pegasus? What the fuck is that? Mega Pegasus? Tony trips Bane into the corner, nails the hip attack. It does absolutely nothing to Megan Bane. Ford accidentally booted by Megan. Tony nailed with Bane's F5. Tony pinned in the middle of the ring by Bane for the win. Oh, shit. Big statement made right there, again by Megan Bane. Solid main event, but, yeah, man, that's, they're really pushing Megan Bane hard right here, which just, again, makes me believe that their match at Dynasty is going to have some sort of shenanigans. I can't see, after Tony just having that incredible match, winning back the championship from Mariah May, after that, they're going to have her lose it to Megan Bane after she's only been here for like 3-4 weeks. I mean, it would make a big statement for Megan Bane, but no, it shouldn't happen. That's not what should happen, but that's the end of the show. It's a pretty good Dynamite this week. I am interested to see what Swerve is going to be able to do against the Death Rider, see how that one goes. You got this kind of the falling out of Rated FTR. I mean, they didn't last all that long, but it already seems like that's starting to break apart, so we'll see where that ends up. Mostly some decent wrestling throughout. You got that banger from Briscoe and Takeshita. You got that squash match, but you know, the usual shit right there. MJF kind of trying to work his way into the Syndicate. I just, why? You're trying to bring people in, so I just, I do understand why Bobby doesn't want MJF in there. He's a bad guy, and he always turns on pretty much everybody, but with MJF and MVP's good relationship from, apparently a long time ago, I think it'll work out really good. I hope they do it. Pull the trigger on that. Overall, good show. 7 out of 10. And then we'll finish it with Collision. Where the heck are they? They're in Milwaukee. And we got Toni Storm is embarrassed and hurt, losing to Megan Bane on Dynamite. Toni gets hyped for Dynasty. She's walking towards the camera, and then she gets blindsided by Penelope Ford. Looked like a pretty stiff shot right there. Bane joins the party, hitting Toni with the F5 onto the championship belt. Bane continues to look unstoppable, as she has for the last month now, so just waiting for these two to fight. And we got Claudio challenges Cope to a 1v1 next week. Shafir wants to eat Willow's liver next week as well. Okay, hey, settle down. Shafir, eating people's liver? That's fucked up. Settle down. Jay White versus Kevin Knight. That sounds like they should be tagging, like Knight and White. That's right. All right. Jay hitting stiff chops. Knight with a nice drop kick and a UFO splash, they call it. Knight counters a Uranagi into a roll-up. He gets a pretty near fall right there. White hits the Blade Runner for the dub. An impressive showing, I guess, for Knight. Glad he just didn't get squashed. A pretty solid match with some hard-hitting chops. And Jay White even gives respect to Knight. Says, we will be seeing more of Kevin in AEW. Then he's like, yeah, that's your cue to leave. Get the fuck out of my ring and shit. Pretty good. All right. Where was I? The crowd likes that as well. Jay White needs to win the Owen to have a shot to win back his title. I mean, yeah, man, everybody's gunning for it. So, I kind of forgot that Jay White was the AEW World Champion, but yeah, he was a pretty good champion. He can put on a good match with pretty much anybody. Pretty damn good on the microphone. He just lost a little bit of steam there. I'm pretty sure he got injured when he lost the championship, so he was gone after that, and that hurt a little bit, but he's looking to get back. Could he win the Owen? I mean, maybe. Anyone could. Shit. We got Mercedes Moné versus Robin Renegade. Hey, Mercedes makes Robin tap with the bank statement, and that's that. Quick match. Moné wants more gold. She announces she is entering the Owen. Moné trashing Billy Starks and whoever trained her. Well, that trainer comes out, and it's Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Athena. Oh, fuck yeah. Athena drops Mercedes. Sadly, Renegade is sacrificed by Moné to take the Eclipse. But hey, that's all right. But damn, dude, are we teasing a Moné versus Athena? Yes, please. Absolutely. More Athena. Just give me Athena. I need her. I never get to see her. I don't get to watch Ring of Honor. There's just not enough time in a week. But man, do I ever want to see her. And we will be. We'll just wait a little bit longer. Just hold on. It's Serena Deeb telling Queen Aminata to listen more, and Queen might start racking up some W's. Deeb hands Queen a binder of wrestling holds and stuff, and hey, that could actually be a decent pairing. You kind of got the up-and-coming rookie. You got the fucking Deeb, who's all good at wrestling and shit. Fuck, do a tag or something. Jesus. Big Bill and Brian Keith fighting Top Flight, Dante and Darius. Bill chokeslam from hell. Bill and Keith grab the win. It's actually a good tag team match. Bill just wrecking shop out there, on fire with the hot tag. Top Flight selling it all really good. Yeah, and some good tag team offense from them as well. 7 out of 10. AR Fox protects Top Flight from an Andretti Leo Rush sneak attack. So, yeah, there you go. We move on. Adam Cole and Danny Garcia have a face-to-face. Cole respects Danny. Garcia flustered that he cannot beat Adam Cole, baby. Daddy Magic tells Danny he doesn't have to fight Adam Cole anymore, but Garcia wants to run it back one more time. Roddy starts running his mouth. Garcia says no outside interference at Dynasty. It's just going to be Garcia versus Adam Cole for the TNT title. There you go. I'm down with that. No shenanigans. And there's no time limit, so no excuses. This match is going to have a finish. I hope. They'll find a way to fuck it up. Athena, backstage promo, calls out Monet and enters the Owen Hart tournament. Fuck yeah. Really good promo right here from Athena. Like I said, I don't get to keep up with her, but she's doing this minions thing. She calls everyone her minions, and I like that. She's got a lot of energy, and she's got a spinner belt. I don't know what belt that is, but it's spinning, and I don't even care. It's on Athena. I love it, and this means Athena in AEW, baby. And there's so many dream matches, man. There's so many people I want to see. Pretty much anyone. Just Athena versus anybody on the roster. I want it. All right. Oh, jeer. Here comes a match I don't want. It's Dax Harwood versus Wheeler Yuta. Ugh. Dax smashes his elbow into the steel steps. Dax pile driver countered with a hard backdrop on the floor. How you done? Dax super backplex. That's a big old bump there for Yuta. Dax, nice counter out of the cattle mutilation, locks in the sharpshooter. Yuta, using the seatbelt, catches Dax for a big surprise win. Oh, wow. I must admit, that was a good technical fight, even though I'm not a fan of either of these wrestlers, but it was good. 7 out of 10. Dax is all fired up. He shoves Cash to the ground. What the fucking fuck? That is the look on Cash's face. Cash pops back up. He shoves Dax right back, and then he leaves. Oh, snap. Crowd chanting, you messed up at Dax, and he knows that. He's like, oh, crap. So that's 2 weeks in a row that Dax has exploded and shoved somebody to the ground. How much more is Cash going to deal with this? I would imagine they're going to smooth things over because I really can't see these guys splitting up. I mean, it might be a good thing for them. I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Leo and Andretti ask Nick Wayne for assistance with Top Flight and AR Fox. Wayne is not feeling it, but Kip Sapien's like, hey, it might be worth it. So might have a temporary alliance made here. And now it's Hologram versus Blake Christian. Hey, we saw you at Dynamite. Blake with the fancy twisty dive through the rope. I like that. Both men are fighting on the barricade, and Hologram just hits a wicked Rana. There's this lady in the front row, and she is just blown away. She's like, oh my god, this is amazing. And it's like, damn right it is. Damn right. Blake with the lovely springboard 450 gets a near fall. Hologram with the portal bomb pins and wins. Apparently he's 22-0 now as Hologram. Damn. A pretty good lucha-style wrestling match right there. Christian, no slouch with the high flying. I like this guy. It kind of reminds me of like a smaller Buddy Matthews a little bit. I like him. 7 out of 10. Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander adding themselves to the Owen Hart tournament. So boom, boom. That's starting to look really stacked, man. I would love to see Athena versus Thunder, Athena versus Statlander, Willow. Even though I've seen them fight before, I want it again. Monet, Momo. Bring everybody in, dog. Bring them all in. It's main event time. It's Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks. Billy kicks Hayter in the head, hits a dive, and a pretty rough-looking bump there for Jamie. Kind of looked like she bonked her head. Starks folded up with a German suplex. Jamie's springboard version of the Haterade picks up the W. Pretty good main event match right there. Some stiff kicks and slams. 7 out of 10. Athena arrives. She's chirping with Hayter to end the show. A pretty solid show this week. I am amped that Athena is joining the tournament, which looks very loaded up, so I'm excited for those matchups. FTR going through a little bit of some tough times right here, but I doubt they break up. Curious what you think. Solid wrestling throughout, but no real standouts. 6 out of 10 for the collision. That's what it was. All right, 3 stars. let's do it, baby. I got a shout out. This is the ultimate shout out. It's not a match, but a slap. I got to shout out Jimmy Uso's slap on Gunther. My goodness. That slap was incredible. I swear it almost knocked Gunther out. Like, I've seen it so many times. You see the lights kind of dim there for a split second. Like, that was a power-ass slap. I love it. Good enough for a shout-out. I'd give it the first damn star if I could, but I make the rules. I can break my own rules, but fuck it. I don't want to get in a fight with myself. Third star goes to Grand Americano versus Dragon Lee on Raw. Grand Americano, this new hot young upstart luchador, putting on a hell of a lucha match versus Dragon Lee. Good enough for the third star. Second star goes to Brody King versus Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite. And Fletcher, damn, dude, he took a whooping in that match, but came back, dude. He came back, hit a ridiculous tombstone, and a very impressive match for Cal. First star goes to, it's going to Briscoe versus Takeshita on Dynamite. Just a damn fine match between two damn fine wrestlers. Excuse me. Oh, boy. There we go, everybody. A little bit disappointed with the European shows lately. They've been a little underwhelming, especially that London show on SmackDown. That was pretty fucking weak right there. So I'm hoping for a better show on Monday Night Raw. We'll see how they do there. But there we go, everybody. That's the show. So like I said earlier, I was dealing with a little bit of a flooding and power outage issue. So I'll try my best to catch up, do what I can to get the hockey cast out, and get a gamer cast done this week. I really don't know at this point if I can or can't get them done this week. I'm going to try. It is my birthday on the 2nd, so my wife and I will be celebrating my birth. So that's going to happen for a little bit. And so we're going to be doing that, and I'll be catching up. I'm trying to get Super Mario World 2 done. I'm only on World 5, though, so haven't really had a lot of time for gaming. There's been a lot of cleaning up and some bullshit like that, but hopefully we're in the clear now. Hopefully my power doesn't go out for the 40th fucking time in the last 5 days, and no more flooding, please and thank you. But I'll try my best to get everything out in due fashion. There we go. But stay patient, and thank you for your patience and all that stuff. I also upload all these episodes to the YouTube channel Gamer GX Videos. The link is in the description. Go check it out. Great place. You want to drop a comment, have a question answered live on the pod, drop a comment on one of those episodes. Anything about wrestling, video games, or hockey would be preferred, and I could probably even give you some tips on how to unflood your basement and dry and clean out your carpets and stuff. So if you're having that issue, send in some questions. Might be able to help you out. So there we go, everybody. We'll be back again with some GX Bloodkid.